Hello and welcome back. It's truly heartwarming to see the love and support you've shown for this audiobook series on atomic habits. Every like, every comment, every share, it tells me that you're not just listening, you're growing. So thank you, from the bottom of my heart, for being part of this journey. Now, let's continue building better habits together, one powerful chapter at a time. Today, we uncover a truth that might just change the way you think about willpower, forever. Let's begin Chapter 7, The Secret to Self-Control. In 1971, during the Vietnam War, two U.S. congressmen, Robert Steele and Morgan Murphy, visited American troops. What they found shocked them. Over 15% of soldiers were addicted to heroin. Later research revealed an even graver picture. 35% had tried it, and 20% were addicted. Back in the US, alarm bells rang. The government launched the Special Action Office for Drug Abuse Prevention. Lee Robbins, a key researcher, began studying these soldiers after they returned home. Here's where things got truly surprising. Within 1 year, only 5% of those addicted relapsed. Within 3 years, only 12% had returned to heroin. That meant 9 out of 10 soldiers quit. How? Their environment changed. In Vietnam, they were surrounded by stress, war, easy access to drugs, and fellow users. Back home, those triggers were gone. The cues that fed the habit simply vanished. Now, compare that with someone battling addiction at home. They go to rehab, get clean, and return home, right back into the same environment, with the same people, places, and routines. And very often, the habit returns. This changed how scientists understood addiction. The old belief was, addiction was permanent, that it showed weak character. But the Vietnam study told a new story. It's not always about willpower. It's about cues, and your environment. People with great self-control often don't need self-control. They structure their lives to avoid temptation in the first place. It's not about being strong. It's about being smart. For example, if you want to eat healthier, don't buy junk food. If it's not in your house, you don't have to resist it. Self-control isn't about forcing yourself to say no. It's about not needing to say no at all. Once a habit forms, your brain creates a link, a mental shortcut between the cue and the action. Even if you stop the habit, that connection can stay alive. Take Patty Olwell. She smoked cigarettes while riding horses with a friend. Years later, she had quit smoking. She also hadn't ridden in years. But one day, she got back on a horse, and instantly craved a cigarette. That's the power of cues. The brain hadn't forgotten. This is why some habit change programs fail. Shaming someone for being overweight. It often causes anxiety, and they might cope with food. Show gruesome lung pictures to smokers. The stress might make them light up again. When you ignore the cue, you strengthen the habit. Bad habits feed themselves. They're like a loop that spins faster and faster. This is called an autocatalytic cycle. Let's break it down. You feel bored, so you scroll social media. Social media wastes your time, so you feel worse. You feel worse, so you scroll again. Or, you're stressed, so you eat junk food. Junk food makes you feel guilty. Guilt adds more stress, so you eat again. One cue leads to the next, and soon, you're stuck in a loop. Scientists call this cue-induced wanting. Your brain sees a cue and wants the reward, even if it doesn't register consciously. In one study, addicts were shown a picture of cocaine, just 33 milliseconds. That's faster than the brain can consciously see. Yet, their brains lit up. Craving was triggered. So yes, you can quit a habit. But the brain remembers. The shortcut stays. So what's the solution? Change the environment. Instead of fighting urges, avoid them altogether. Here's how. If your phone distracts you, put it in another room. If social media makes you anxious, unfollow triggering accounts. If you overspend online, unsubscribe from tech newsletters. If you binge watch shows, unplug the TV after use. This strategy is the inversion of the first law of behavior change. Instead of making cues obvious, you make them invisible. Just removing one cue can collapse the entire habit. Think about this. Willpower works in the short term. But long-term success comes from good design. Build a world where your good habits are easy, and your bad ones are hard. Let's recap. Self-control is not a test of strength, but a test of structure. Discipline isn't the only answer. Design is. Good habits thrive when cues are obvious. Bad habits fade when cues disappear. Don't rely on willpower alone. Design your life so that you don't need it. Be the architect of your habits, not their victim. Thank you so much for listening to Chapter 7 of Atomic Habits. If this session helped you, please give it a like, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to the channel for more insightful chapters. Let's keep growing, keep improving, and keep moving forward, one tiny habit at a time. See you in Chapter 8.